Hey there, Julia here. Last time we've checked in on my journals and planners was about mid-year time, and since then I've been really thinking about possibly going back to a bullet journal planning situation for 2027. I'm just not finding a planner with the flexibility and layouts that I need. Last year, I really loved the Faded Chronicle Undated planner, but since then, there were changes made to the layout that really didn't align with what I'm looking for. Lo and behold, I did find a planner that I think I want to go with for 2027. But in the meantime, I'm basically over my Sterling Ink Common Planner. All the flipping back from months to weeks to notes, it's just way too much flipping. It's just not my vibe. So I set up a brand new bullet journal. I plan on using this for the rest of 2026, so September, October, November, December. So today I just wanted to share the setup with you and talk a bit about what spreads I'm leaving in the Common Planner and which spreads I brought over to this one. Let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, I have the same cover here by Moterm. I just moved everything in here. However, I did simplify my interior here on the left and just have a couple of stickers now. My little tip-in sheet, and this is by Kokuyo, I do want to say. And so you can just use this for extra space, making tip-ins and whatnot in your planner. Just a little calendar here from Sterling Ink. And then on the notebook itself, I have the same clear cover that I did have on my Sterling Ink planner. I just took it off, put it on here. It happened to fit perfectly. And as you can see, I already put stickers on everything, so it's official. So this notebook is the Nakabayashi Watashi no Sabani grid notebook. And this is in the pistachio color. It is a grid notebook. It has a 5mm grid, and as you can see, it is very thin, coming in at about 40 sheets or 80 pages. And I actually got this from Wonder Fair in Lawrence, Kansas whenever I was visiting last year, and you can still see the $3.50 price tag on here. Oh, and the cover comes from Lauren Phelps Design. If you were curious and needed something a little thinner, it does fit the Common Planner really nicely as well. So this paper is fountain pen friendly, which is a must-have for me. It may get a little bit of bleed through with thicker nibs or wetter inks, but for the most part in my planner, I don't use super juicy nibs and inks. So we're gonna open up here, have just a couple of stickers here in the pockets. I have a little information pull out here, and I kept the visuals pretty similar to what I had in my Sterling Ink. Here it just says September through December. And then this is how I will know what is in the Sterling Ink planner that I may need to update, mostly on a monthly basis-ish. So I have my 2026 focus and word of the year, if I want to check in on that, because I didn't really want to redo that spread. I have my 2026 bingo card. I am just going to keep up with my travel log over here, so anytime I make an overnight trip, I just know to come in here to update it. Same thing with year-end photos, which are these spreads. I have a Big Brother 28 spread that I keep up with throughout the season, so no point of redoing that. It'll just be in the Common Planner. And then I do have a fun little vision board project that me and my friends did at the beginning of the year, so if I want to go back and look at that, I know where it is. And then over here I have my admin checklist and my whiteboard page. So as you can see, it's a little shiny. I have a couple of videos on how to achieve this, but every Monday I just come to my admin page here and go through this checklist, and I just use a dry erase marker for these check boxes. It doesn't matter that it gets erased after it's done because I'm just going to come back here the following Monday and do it again. And then this whiteboard area is typically for just like quick math or quickly writing down like color codes or things that I don't really need to keep. And I do have that tab so I can get to it quickly. And then flipping over, I have my period tracker just from September to December. And then I have my future log, which tells me things that are happening in the upcoming months. These mini calendars are from my Etsy shop. I should have 2027 up soon. So definitely give my shop a favorite. I'll leave it down in the description if you are setting up your own planners, bullet journals, whatever, and need some mini calendars. So yeah, I have October, November, December, and then yay, this. So I was missing this in the Sterling Ink planner, and that is a look ahead even further to the next year. Especially as we get down to the end of the year, dates are going to start filling in for the beginning of the year. And so I just have January, February, March here. So if any dates come up, I can put them here and then transfer them over to my 2027 planner once I get that set up. This is just a fun little cover page, a little intro to the planner here. I've been really into these kind of collage-y girly vibes. So we have that. And then just opening up here to September. I did not go ham as I usually do on the beginning of the month setup, the calendar. Even with the calendar, there are blocks where it's not necessarily a part of the calendar. And I think back in my original bullet journal days, like this would not be here. This would be decoration and I would not have this grid here. But it was just easier to knock it out, just a straight grid and not have to worry about counting weeks. So it's a small little adjustment, but I think it saved time and I just liked how it turned out. And then flipping over here, I just have a place for my monthly projects when it comes to work. I could also split this to work projects, maybe things I'm thinking for the channel or house things or whatever. So this could be split up in a way, and I just wanted to keep it really flexible to see what I need in September. And that's why I kind of left this space pretty blank as well, just to be able to flex with what I need. And then it'll just go into the weeklies here that I will probably keep pretty similar to these weeklies or not, just depending on what I need from week to week. So I'm excited to maybe switch things up, check out some of my old bullet journal weekly spreads, and just experiment a little bit, have fun, but not putting too much pressure. If I don't want to decorate and I just want to say Monday, here are the things, I can do that. And then I think that's it. That's all that I have set up in here. I don't even have like notebook specs or anything because I will not be in here that long, but I feel like I have enough pages here to last me throughout the year, fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm excited to get in here. I'm excited that I just randomly made this jump. So here we are, back in a fountain pen friendly bullet journal. So let me know if I'm crazy for just abandoning my planner. I've been pretty consistent in whatever thing I choose for the year since like 2018 or 2019. So it's so wild to me that I'm jumping ship like this, but I know people planner hop all the time and it is what it is. I just feel like this makes sense for me for end of year. So yeah, subscribe for more pens, inks, planners, and journaling content from me. Thanks so much for watching and for hanging out today, and I'll catch you all in the next one.